This is gonna be a rough day. It's cold and windy. I can't feel my hands right now. On course, got a surprise for you. Got another little bonus for you. Let's just get to it.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Golf Test Dummy, the channel where I use my game to help your game. I know a lot of you thought that I was done making videos. I never really said that, but here's a video on course.
Hey, first off, let me apologize. I don't have my external mic today. I haven't played in about a month. The surprise that I have for you guys today is that I've got some new irons in the bag. I've been experimenting with them now for probably, in practice mostly, the better part of about a month. But it is the Cobra Rad Speed one length irons. I finally made the jump. I finally am going to try these. I've had a lot of people tell me over the last few years, man, you got to try one length. This is going to be a bit of a long term, sorry for shaking you, I've got to clean the club off. It's going to be a bit of a long term experiment. It takes some time to get used to something like this. I have some initial concerns from some of the research I've done on these, watching videos, reading forums, talking to people, and just kind of applying my own little bit of logic to it. In the bunker, seriously?
You know, I hear from some of you guys in the comment section over the years that I should do more on-course videos, and I hope this video will serve kind of as a thank you to the diehard fans, the people that have been with me through the years, that watch everything that I put out, even when it may not be the greatest video ever made by mankind. I really do appreciate the support, and thank you very much. And the reason I don't record on course very often is kind of because my golf it's almost my meditation. It's the place where I go to try and focus in on what I've learned and apply it. And it can be a real distraction trying to record. And I know there's a lot of bigger channels out there that record on course, use shot tracers, high production and all that. But I feel like the true spirit of YouTube is more for the amateurs, for the people who do this part-time, not the people who are doing it full-time as a job. Those people are professionals, and I'm certainly not a professional in golf, and I'm not a professional videographer. I'm not a professional at YouTube. But I hope that what I do can help people from time to time with some of my ideas.
All right, gonna walk up to this ball that is on the green in regulation. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Anyway, when you're out here in this kind of cold, there's a couple of things you got to do. Number one, you got to take at least an extra club, sometimes maybe even two. Show you this approach here. Not too bad, but sometimes maybe even two. And I'm gonna fix my pitch mark. Hang on. One thing I'm doing in the wintertime is I switch my golf ball. I'm trying out the Titleist True Feel. It's my first time playing with it. It's a lower compression golf ball. If you got slower swing speeds, or if it's cold out, you might want to switch to a lower compression golf ball. You'll find that it might help with some of your distance loss out here. It's a little bit of an experiment on top of an experiment. So let me see if I can drain this birdie putt.
As with anything in golf, adjusting to new clubs or swing changes or a new golf ball even, it takes time. And so this is going to be a long-term experiment. I'm going to give it my best, and I will see come spring and summer just how well this experiment works out.
Circle gets the square. There you go. It's a nice birdie on hole 3 here. I'm not going to be able to show you every hole today, but I do want to show you these clubs. These are in pretty fantastic shape. I bought them used. I've got 6 iron all the way down through lob wedge, a 60 degree. Now this 60 degree, this is one of my concerns. It's a snake bite wedge, and one of the ways that they try and make the single length clubs, or the one length, I should say one length. Cobra is one length. That's the proper term. But one of the ways they make the one length irons work is through weight and also shaft flex. They change shafts throughout the bag, and the clubs, as they get more lofted, get lighter. So one switch that I have to make and figure out is on shorter shots around the green, pitch shots and chip shots, when I'm playing a lob wedge or something like that, you have lighter weight in the head of those clubs. And what I have found so far, again, early on in the journey, is that I have to swing and give it a little bit more swing than I would with my wedges, because normally wedges, when you get down into lob wedge, sand wedge, all that stuff, they're a little bit more weighted in a traditional set, but in this set they're lighter, so you have to give it a little bit more swing, and that is something that takes a little bit of time to get used to.
Tell you something else you got to get used to out in this freezing cold is 112 yard drives. They're just going to happen. They're just going to happen. I struck that one really well, put a good swing on it, but I'm way back here. This went nowhere. Balls are just not going to fly in this cold. You guys have got to adjust and take the ego out of it. All right, let's see what we got.
As soon as I bought these clubs, and again, I bought them used from an individual, but as soon as I bought these clubs, the first thing I did was take them to a golf shop and get the grips changed out. I've got the black Golf Pride Jumbo Wrap grip on these, which is the largest size grip other than a Jumbo Max that you can get, and I use 3 wraps of tape underneath that to build it up even more.
Having trouble keeping my pants up. Yes, I'm wearing sweatpants. Save your judgment. One of the other concerns that I've had about one length clubs, and that is pretty common in the one length community, the people that have tried them and the people that have tested them or whatever, is the gapping. The wedges, shorter irons, the wedges and the lower irons, they're saying that the gaps are larger. And then as you get up near the top end of your iron set, say 6, 5, 4, and maybe even 3 iron if you're carrying one of those, which I'm not. But anyway, they say that the gapping gets tighter and you have less difference between those clubs. So far, it's another green and rig, by the way. So far, that's not really been my experience. I think maybe in the first iterations of the one length stuff, before they had all the bugs worked out, you know, they may have had some issues like that, but they've really come along with a lot of what they've been doing with the weighting in the shafts and getting the club head design and all that correct. They've really come a long way with that and kind of worked out the kinks. I haven't really had a bad experience with gapping thus far. Granted, most of mine has been in studio on the simulator, but out here on the golf course, I think this is my 3rd round with these. And even though it's been a cold weather experiment so far, and we'll see what happens come summer, that's really not been my experience. My gapping's been pretty good. You've heard the term, when it's breezy, swing easy. Here's another one for you. When it's cold, just don't die. Try to keep it low and have a little bit of a sawed-off finish. The wind out here's, it's sneaky. Oh, I think I'm either on the front of the green or close to the front of the green. Might have another look at birdie. That is so dumb. You don't leave a birdie putt short. You get so few opportunities. You know, people don't think about how cold weather affects you enough. Yeah, your joints, your muscles, oh, the cold air, less distance, oh, I'm so freezing, I can't feel my hands, blah, blah, blah. Cold weather makes you dumb, too. Just stupid. This is stupid. That's another green in regulation. I should have recorded it. I was about 104 yards out, sand wedge in hand. Hit this green. I'm probably, let's call it, oh, I don't know, 16, 17 feet away. I should have recorded the drive too. It was about 382 yards. It would have been pretty cool on camera. But this is not about my driver skills. This is about the irons and the wedges. And so far, I'm hitting some greens and reg. Okay, all right, I'll show you a driver so you can watch some bombs take off. This is literally, there's people behind me. I'm gonna be quiet. This is literally gonna go about 212 yards. Huh. My tee just made a baby. I hit it so hard it split into 2 tees. That was a good one. One of the reasons that I play so early in the morning, I try to get out here at 7:30 to play. And this time of year, it makes it difficult because it's so cold. A lot of times you get put on frost delays and things like that. But I like to get out here before anybody else and just play because I've played this front nine in about an hour. Just when I finish this hole, it'll be right at an hour. It does make it difficult in colder weather, but in the summertime it's fantastic.
So I know it's early days with these irons, but I've got to say, I hit 6 out of 9 greens on this front nine, and typically I'm averaging about 8 total for a round. So, you know, maybe it's not such a high learning curve after all.
All right, so I showed you a little chipping with the wedge there. Taking a little bit of getting used to. That's going to wrap it up. 3 over on this 9 in the cold. New clubs, new ball. You know, it's not too bad. Not too bad. It could definitely be better. But like I said, I got a lot of work to do. And got to get ready for summer or even spring. But so far, so good with these irons. I'm not finding a lot of the usual trappings that a lot of people are having issues with. For me, it's going to be about trying to get used to this 60-degree wedge. I may end up pulling it out and just putting in my standard wedge because I don't really play full swings with my 60-degree anyway. It's just for pitch shots, partial wedges, chip shots around the greens, things like that. So I might end up swapping that out, but stay tuned. Thanks for joining me. See you later.